Hi everybody, we have an Australian Labradoodle puppy video update for you today. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and these are the puppies from our litter with our beautiful mama Maisie here. These are our Chocolate Fondue puppies, and these Australian Labradoodle puppies are 2 weeks old. And so in today's video, we're going to tell you all about the milestones the puppies have reached in the past week, give you a bit of an update on mama Labradoodle Maisie, and then we're going to show you each of the puppies up close and personal and give you an update on their weights. So first of all, as you can see, these puppies are growing like weeds. Maisie has big puppies. They're big, juicy, plump puppies. These little Labradoodles are just thriving at this milk bar. And you can see as they're chowing down here that there's no shortage of good energy and nutrition at Maisie's milk bar. And you can see by Maisie's demeanor, she's just the sweetest, most gentle and relaxed mom. She's always very attentive to her puppies, but she's also really good at allowing them to be independent. So she's not a helicopter mom. Some of our girls tend to be obsessed with doing everything and managing everything for their puppies, whereas Maisie is quite content to allow them to explore and learn and do things all on their own. And indeed, Maisie is having fun spending less time with the puppies now and more time, or not more time, but longer periods of times on the few times she comes out of the whelping box. So she's not as anxious to come back in at full speed after just being out for a couple of minutes. She's actually even eaten one of her meals out in the doodle den with our dogs, with the grown-up dogs. So she's starting to feel that it's time for them to have a little bit of independence, and you can see that it's really crowded in here between me, Maisie, and these puppies that are growing so fast. We are running out of space in this whelping box, so that's not comfortable for Maisie, and it also doesn't allow the little Labradoodle puppies very much opportunity to move around and start exercising and developing their muscles. So normally we wait till the puppies' ears and eyes are open. These puppies can't hear yet. You see there's no response from anybody. Their ears are all still sealed shut. However, their ears are going to start opening over the next few days. So I anticipate probably by midweek we will move these puppies out into the doodle den so we can give them more space so they can start to walk around more, because they are all up on all fours now. They're not very steady on those 4 feet yet, but they are definitely all standing without any trouble. So the major milestone that the puppies reached this week was opening their eyes. And actually every single one of these puppies had their eyes open before they turned 2 weeks old. The earliest one opened their eyes at 10 days. And then at 12 days, everybody had their eyes open. And now at 14 days, they're all open. It's hard when you say it in days to believe that these puppies are only 14 days old. Puppies just mature and grow and develop so quickly that you forget sometimes that it was only 14 days ago that these little guys came into the world. So if you're on the reservation list for this litter, this Chocolate Fondue litter of chocolate Labradoodle puppies, you will be learning about choosing your vet and your trainer this week. These are 2 of the most important people in your puppy's lives. So you have 4 stakeholders that are really important. You have your breeder that you've already chosen, obviously, that's me. Then you have your vet, you have a trainer, and you have a groomer. Those 4 people are going to play a major role in your puppy's lives for the duration of their lives. So it's very important that when you choose these 4 people, you choose 4 people that you are comfortable spending time with, who are on the same page, so to speak, with you, share the same philosophy. Now, before COVID, we used to always encourage our families to interview several different veterinarians, groomers, and trainers, and find the person that they felt fit them best someone who is familiar with Australian Labradoodles, you don't know how many vets, when they see an Australian Labradoodle, put down that it's an Aussie Doodle. An Aussie Doodle is a totally different type of dog. That is an Australian Shepherd that's been crossed with a Poodle. There is no Australian Shepherd in an Australian Labradoodle. Totally different, and it's really important that your vet knows what the foundation breeds are in your dog, because each of those have medical considerations. They have temperament considerations, they have medical considerations. There is a whole host of things that are important. So it's really critical when everyone you're choosing that's important in your dog's life, your 4 people, understand the difference between an Aussie Doodle, an Australian Labradoodle, and a Labradoodle. Because a Labradoodle is not the same as an Australian Labradoodle either. A Labradoodle is simply a Lab and a Poodle. An Australian Labradoodle also has Spaniel in the mix. So all these things have quite major consequences for your puppy in terms of how you groom them, how you teach them, and how you deal with them on any sort of medical matters. There's some breeds, for instance, where there's medical procedures that you simply can't do because the breed can't survive. There's all sorts of things that, anyways, get taken into consideration. Now with COVID, we don't have that luxury anymore. It's extremely difficult to find a vet. So I urge anyone who is getting a puppy to start that search immediately. Vets are so booked up, and there is a huge shortage of them, and that is an international shortage. In British Columbia, the shortage of veterinarians is extreme. It's very, very hard to find, so I do urge you to go, and you may have to be on a waiting list, but find where you can get your dog seen at. Now, if this means you have a veterinarian who has no idea what an Australian Labradoodle is, okay, then so be it. So then it's up to you to teach your veterinarian, to explain to them, to give them the background, let them know what the story is, why an Australian Labradoodle is not an Aussie Doodle or a Labradoodle. It's really a good idea to take the time, and you're going to have to pay for the time, and you should, because their time is valuable, of course, but take the time to educate your vet and let them know what the difference is. So make sure on your dog's vet record it says Australian Labradoodle. Now for your groomer, same thing applies. Now when you take your puppy home from Van Isle Labradoodles, you will get a handout that shows how an Australian Labradoodle should be groomed. Because normally if we have families coming and crying, it's because they have gone to a groomer who has poodled their doodle, and they just can't believe what a disaster their dog has turned into. So for this, again, groomers are extraordinarily busy. It's very hard to find enough help for any industry these days. So go to the grooming salon, ask to come in, ask for their book, ask for them to show you pictures of their Australian Labradoodle cuts. Now, if you're one of the families on our list, then you will be a member of our private Facebook group, which is the Van Isle Doodle Owners Group. Post on there, say, hey, I live in Saanich. Who can tell me who a good groomer is and who should I avoid? You'll see that the rest of the community will be happy to chime in and give you some ideas. And if you find some where somebody says, oh, go to ABC Groomers, say, great, may I please see a picture of your dog? Make sure that that person's dog looks the way you want your Labradoodle to look. There is a very specific cut for Australian Labradoodles, but not everybody wants their Australian Labradoodle to have that clip. Some people prefer a different look. So many of our families like to leave their Australian Labradoodles with great big long Cocker Spaniel ears. And if that's the look you like, it's your dog. You can do whatever you want. Personally, I don't like that look. I like the true look. And if you look at Maisie's ears here, you'll see they're very short and they're clipped up on a very steep angle here. And it all blends into her face. And she has that very typical Australian Labradoodle face. A nice full, her beard is mustache is a bit of a mess from nursing and cleaning her puppies. But you'll see her face is nice and full, it's fluffy. She has lots of hair on the top of her head, but it's not impeding her vision, and her ears are very tiny. And you can see she doesn't have a long coat, but it's all beautiful, fluffy, and it looks natural. So she doesn't look groomed. She certainly doesn't look like a poodle, where she's been all clipped up and has all that fancy jazz going on. So Maisie is clipped correctly. Now normally we wouldn't have a bare tummy because your dogs are not going to be nursing. She has a bare tummy because she's nursing her puppies. But take the time, go to the grooming shop, check it out. Is it clean? Is it tidy? Are people polite? Is everything appear to be organized and everything well cared for? You will be amazed at how much illness is picked up in a grooming shop. Same as the vet. The vet is the worst place for picking up illness because of course that's where sick dogs go. But at the groomer, lots of times dogs are there, they may not be vaccinated. Ask the groomer, what's your policy for dogs' vaccinations? Do you have to show their records? How soon do you take puppies? Get their rates. Ask them if they have extra services. Do they clip your dog's nails? Not everybody likes to clip their own dog's nails. Can you just drop in and have that done? Your vet will also clip the nails. Ask the vet, what does that cost? How much lead time do they need? Can you just pop in or does it need an appointment? Similarly, when you're booking with the groomer, what are their hours? Is it going to coordinate easily with your schedule? With the vet, ask them, what are their hours? Do they provide emergency care? Is there somebody there if your dog is sick and they have to stay overnight? That can be quite a difference. If you can leave your dog, if your dog is ill, at your own vet, as opposed to going to an emergency clinic, generally the cost is quite different. Now, of course, you won't have to worry about that if you have pet insurance. We'll talk about pet insurance another day. But these are all considerations and things that you want to take into account. Sometimes you may have to do quite a bit of driving to get the groomer and get the vet that you want. We do some things, almost everything with our one vet, and they're about a 30-minute drive from us. But we do have a secondary vet that we use for things that our vet doesn't provide. And that's another thing. Does your vet have a lab on site? What sort of testing can they do in-house? How much has to be sent out? All things to ask. Right now you probably can't make a decision and say, oh, that vet doesn't offer this, so I'm going to go somewhere else. But at least you're aware and you'll know, okay, if this happens, then this is what the process is going to be. So you're not taken by surprise. And then the last thing that is a very important thing to choose is who you're going to learn with your dog with, a trainer. So dog training has changed immensely in the past 2 decades. We understand so much more about dogs now. We know so much more about how to work with them to get the results that we're looking for. And we understand and appreciate much more that the bond and the respect and the trust that we build that's mutual with our dogs really forms the basis for everything. And we no longer do the type of thing where it's my way or the highway, and we don't force dogs to behave the way that we want them to. Yeah, sure, you can be like a Cesar Millan and you will sit now and you will not go out the door until I do. That isn't a relationship with your dog. That is a positive one. And it certainly will be 100% unsuccessful with an Australian Labradoodle. So you need to find a trainer who is familiar with Australian Labradoodles, who understands the approach that works with them. You'll see lots and lots of videos on YouTube, and you'll see endless things on Facebook of people claiming to be dog trainers, behaviorists, and spouting off all sorts of different theories. It's a really good idea to read a lot of different varieties and then take away what you like. I don't think there's any variety that doesn't have something of value. But one of the things you'll see nowadays on the internet is a lot of things about how people are spending too much time being kissy and hugging and treating their puppies as if they're people. And I agree with that to an extent, but I don't agree with the pendulum going the other way, where you demand that your dog always perform or do something in order for you to reciprocate and tell them they're a good dog or give them a treat. I want to have a relationship with my dog that's fairly even, so that they want to do what I would like them to do. They understand what I want them to do. They get the whole idea, but they respect me, they trust me, they believe in me, just like I do in them. And that works way better, and that is the best approach with an Australian Labradoodle. So you'll hear me talking lots about bond-based training and bond-based this and bond-based that, and that is how your puppy will be raised at Van Isle Labradoodles. We never ever force the dogs to do anything. We build on their natural instincts. We set you and your puppy up for success, and we just work with how they go, and we develop a strong relationship with them. So you should start looking for a trainer if you are one of the families on our list. Taylor offers training. Of course, she is an Australian Labradoodle expert, and she will be completely familiar with your puppy because she'll have spent virtually every day with your puppy since they were born. So Taylor's a great place to start. She does offer classes on the island, sometimes not everywhere, so it's good to look for a secondary location. The one that we recommend in Victoria is Communicanine. We really enjoy Darcy's approach, and we have had many of our puppies go there for both their puppy socialization and then for learning their manners, and it's always been quite successful. So that's all the things that we're talking about at this point in time for the people to be doing. So now let's go and see each of the puppies and talk about how they're doing, because the puppies are always the most fun thing. So as always, we're going to go in birth order, which means we're going to start with Purple Collar Girl. Hello, my beauty. And Purple Collar Girl is our little chocolate tuxedo girl. And you can see her beautiful eyes. Now all the puppies have blue eyes right now. They will not stay blue. Their eyes will all change to either dark brown or hazel color. So this little girl is now weighing 1.12 kilograms. So the puppies are all getting to be very big. And she says, well, that's enough of that, thank you. I would prefer to be down here where I was and having something to eat, because goodness knows I might lose an ounce. They're all, you can see their coats are all shiny and they're all growing like mad. Green Collar is our next puppy, this little fella. Hi, bud. He is our Chocolate Phantom. And Phantom, if you haven't been following along, is these tan points that you see on the legs, the chits, the side of the feet, and it's also under the tail. So this little guy is a sweet little fellow. He's a little bit quieter than Purple because he's already had his fill today, or for this feeding, not for the day. And Green Collar is weighing at 1.10 kilograms. Very close in size to Purple Collar. Hey, buddy? And you can see his pretty eyes too. Oh, look at those beautiful eyes. Oh, so handsome. There we go. Go see Mom. That's a good boy. Next is Light Pink Collar Girl. Oh no, she's going to get mad. Oh no, that's Purple. I always get Purple and Light Pink Collar mixed up because their collar colors look the same. I like these new collars that we got. These little ones that are actually, here you are for masks, elastics for masks, but they do get dirty really easily, and then the colors all tend to look the same. So here's our little Pink Collar Princess girl. So this little girl is also a Chocolate Phantom. Do you want to show everybody your pretty eyes? Oh, look at those pretty eyes. What a beautiful girl. And I'm talking to them as always, even though they can't hear yet. So we'll check their ears and see when they look like they're starting to open. I can see this one starting to open a little bit already. And then that's pretty much how we'll make our decision on when to move them. And then this little lady, she's got the little cute white dipped toes. All 4 of her little toes are dipped in white. And then she has some white under her chest here. Somebody's just trying to get in beside me here. So I'm just going to move this puppy away from there. Yeah, come here, because I'm probably going to have to, oh, that's green. I don't really need to find you later. And there's Maisie still doing a cleanup there. She's still cleaning everything. The puppies have started to go to the bathroom on their own, but not by any means are they able to do that entirely. They're just sort of working up to them. And light pink is 1.09 kilograms. Can I just put her down, Macie? Oh, so now she's got the puppy to pee all over me. Thanks, Macie. It's not an unusual occurrence. I often get peed on. Next is our little red collar girl. Red collar is our little tiny girl in the litter. And she's a slightly different color. I'm just going to move your foot there, Macie. And there we go, green. Let's put you over here. And red, it's your turn. Come on, sweet girl. Red is, as you can see from the back of her, a different color of brown. So she's not chocolate. She is much more of, I don't know, milk chocolate color, I guess we'll call her. And she too is a tuxedo. Very pretty girl with all those white markings. And there she's showing you her eyes, although she's falling asleep. Hey, baby. And you can see her nose is starting to fill in quite a bit there too. So this little girl, she's the tiniest one in the litter. And she is 850 grams. So she's the only one that hasn't cracked that kilogram mark yet. But she's not skinny by any means. If you just take a look, if she'll be okay being upside down, you can see she's got a very healthy little round tummy going there. And you can see she's not particularly concerned about being upside down. And we are working on that with the puppies, where we put them upside down and have them be comfortable in all positions. Next is dark pink color. Darky pink, where are you? Here she is. There we go. Come on, baby. Now you see when I'm getting her, that she's underneath the rail. So these are they're called pig rails. And the reason for the rails is so that mom can't crush a puppy. If there's a puppy under here, mom can't lie and crush the puppy. But the other thing that's always really interesting to see is that the puppies all instinctively go to sleep underneath the rail. So that is the natural instinct that we build on when we put our puppies in crates and get them to be enjoying their crate. So it's not something that people have dreamed up that's some horrible thing for them. It's a natural instinct that the puppies want to have a roof over their head and be secure and in somewhere enclosed. And pink color says, can you stop talking and just get on with it, please? So pink color is a chocolate phantom. As you can see, she does not have white markings on her. Well, she got a little smidge there, but nothing, no white on her. Beautiful eyes are all open there, shiny coat. And Miss Pink Collar Girl, dark pink color girl, is 1.02 kilograms, right? I do 1.20 kilograms. Did you get tired of me holding you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just way too much talking. There we go. And then last but not least is Yellow Collar, who is the biggest puppy in the litter. And Yellow Collar is also underneath the pig rail here. And we'll just get him out. Come here, buddy. Yellow Collar is 1.29 kilograms. So this is the puppy that I call Bigfoot. As I call him Bigfoot because he's so giant and because he has those 4 white feet. He's just the cutest little guy. And there he is, our little gentle giant boy. Hello, sweet boy. He's such a quiet guy. Yeah. And can you look at the camera? There you go. You show everybody your pretty eyes. Yeah. Oh, it's such a good little puppy. So they've all just had quite a bit to eat, and so that's why they're all so sleepy. There you go, sweetheart. Oh, and Here we go. We got a little head here between me and Maisie. Oftentimes when I'm in here with them, they'll do this. Well, they'll get between the two of us and try and snuggle up with both of us. It's very sweet. So we hope you enjoyed the video this week. If you have any questions, particularly if you want to know anything about vets, trainers, groomers, any of the things that we talked about today, be sure to feel free to go ahead and post your questions in the comments section, or anything else you'd like to know about. Always happy to talk about Labradoodles, and we hope you have a moment to give us a thumbs up and that you'll consider subscribing to our channel so that you get all of our updates and all of our little tidbits of information we love to share with you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Hey, she's a good girl. There we